Hi, I'm Mikata, and this is the story of a high rune on a playthrough, a world record, and how I beat the game as a Twister Druid. Let me start with the so-called world record. 50 seconds into the run, I found my first rare item, a pair of boots. As you can imagine, I became a Twister Druid at level 19, and the start was really rough. The first few levels of Twister damage are really low, and I had quite a hard time dealing with the mobs. For some reason I had decided that Arctic Blast provides damage synergy and not duration synergy, so I put my points into Arctic Blast and basically became an Arctic Blast druid for a while. This is how I proceeded in Act 2 as so-called Twister Druid, but I wasn't really a Twister Druid in the beginning. The first notable drop on this playthrough was from Storm Tree, and I got a pair of Hsarus Boots. So far is absolutely random, nothing interesting. Actually, the interesting things are on my mercenary, so these are a couple of things that I found on this stream. Something that I did differently on this playthrough was to take only the resist penalty for BTDiablo, additional -30 all res, but not the magic find penalty. So basically I started with 0% magic find instead of the usual, the default -199% magic find that is for BTDiablo characters. And I did that as I wanted to experience finding some low-level uniques on my playthrough, as I don't play endgame and I rarely find any uniques and rares on a playthrough. It's only using magic find potion and doing a boss fight that was the only way I could find a unique in BTDiablo. So this time I did something different. I crafted my first wand before I got level 30, and I got a level 32 with 30 faster cast rate, which was pretty nice craft. Then in the Chaos Sanctuary I found one of the first items that I kept until the end of the game, the Tarnhelm, which in BTDiablo has additional cannot be frozen on top of the 1-to-all skill and the magic and gold find, which was pretty clutch for my playthrough and allowed me to find more and more uniques on my run. In Act 5 I take a little stop with my Twister Druid and decided to give a try to Shockwave, which is reworked in BTDiablo, and I find it to be really good and has really high damage. I synergize it with Armageddon for additional AoE, and I just blasted through Act 5 for the few minutes that I used this build. Something really funny for this playthrough was the runes I found. I started with finding a lot of runes as I played mostly on Player's 8 in the beginning. Then in the beginning of Hell I found a high rune, but between those two kinds of low runes and high runes I found almost none of the mid-range runes. When I got to level 30, my damage improved significantly with Hurricane. Basically my build came online and I was able to humiliate Player's 8 Ancients on normal difficulty. I continued fighting the Bale waves on Player's 8, and it was only wave 5 that became a challenge. It took me a while to handle them and to kite them out of the throne room and to kill them in smaller groups, so I don't die with their concentration aura. My first death on this playthrough was in Nightmare Tower, where I died to archers, which were cursed and had concentration aura. Like this video if you have ever died in the tower from archers. In Act 2 I crafted my first spirit sword. In BTDiablo it is called Soul, and it rolled 1 to Necromancer, which is the BTDiablo way. It provides 1 to skill, and I used it mainly for the mana. Another buffed and now very useful item is Heavenly Garb, which now provides cannot be frozen and damage to demons and undead. Then I'll take you to my Nightmare Hellforge, where I was lucky with the rune. I put Mephisto Soulstone on Hellforge and I started praying for a glow of light. This is the indication of runes in BTDiablo of high runes, and I got it. So I got an rune from my Nightmare Hellforge. Another buffed item in BTDiablo is Ginter's Rift, which provides plus 100 blood damage, just as Grief does in Diablo 2 Resurrected. And I'm keen on taking this one to the Ubers, even with the Druid. I wasn't as optimistic with the Nightmare Ancients as I was on normal, so I fought them only on players 4, so I don't push my luck too much. And I handled the Ancients from the first time. With the crowd control from the bear and the damage of Hurricane, it went pretty smooth. Worldstone Keep on Nightmare provided 2 nice items that I used for the majority of my hell run. The first of those was Maelstrom 1, which provides a bit of lightning resist, which was really useful. And just as I moved after the find of my Maelstrom 1, I found the Disc Deep Helm, which is another item in BTDiablo that is pretty cool, and it is useful not only on a playthrough. With full Magic Find gear, I finished Nightmare Bale, but I was disappointed by the drops. Basically, I intentionally did not use Magic Find potions on this playthrough, and the bosses did not provide many drops as they used to on the previous runs, where I depended solely on the Magic Find potion to have some better items than bases and magics. In BTDiablo, charms can also be gambled, so take a look at this set of small charms that I found. Besides the first one, all the rest were useful, and I was really happy that I found them. I took the Ginter's Rift that I showed you earlier to Hell Tristram and tried the Fury Druid, but I wasn't really happy with the effect and how it went, so I abandoned the idea to continue this playthrough as a Fury Druid and got back to Twister. My first end quest kill of the Countess on Hell resulted in a Pandemonium key drop, which was another push from the game to take this character all the way to the Ubers, but I just don't have the time to invest several more hours in fighting the Ubers. Just as I did with the small charms, I bought some large charms, and take a look. Masteries and summoning skills charms in next to one another. Act 2 in Hell brought me my pair of Chances gloves. Unfortunately, the roll on the Magic Find was really low. I got only 26 magic find, which was still better than the blue gloves that I used before that. I decided to be brave in the Arcane Sanctuary and try to teleport around these boss packs with concentration and fanaticism aura, but I couldn't teleport to the stairs and got killed. Then the game decided to give something back, and as I was still searching for the summoner, my bear and my mercenary fought that pack down there, and then I saw the light from the sky and an Om rune. This is the second Om rune I find in BTDiablo, and it is the second high rune I found in BTDiablo. Unfortunately, it did not be very useful for me, as I had no of the mid runes or Hoto or Call to Arms, and it just sat in my stash. On the second try I was able to get my Hellforge, and this time the game also provided me a good rune from Mephisto's Soulstone. As you will see, another glow from the sky, so I was ready for a good rune. I hope that I can make something with the Om rune that I had from the previous clip, but at the end, as I mentioned, the Om rune just remained there in my stash until the end. Izual and the minions around him dropped me the unique destroyer helm, Demonhorn's edge for my mercenary. In Chaos Sanctuary on Hell difficulty I found the first unique jewelry on this playthrough, and it was a unique ring, an eagle ring with good magic find on it, 26. And we get to the first big failure of this playthrough. I decided to make myself a rain rune word with the Mal rune I got from Hellforge, and surprise! It is not the rune word in BTDiablo anymore. After I got really confused with why it happened like this, I discovered that rain in BTDiablo now is Port Dull It, so way cheaper than the rain rune in Diablo 2 Resurrected, and I bricked my Mal rune. As a compensation for the recipe change in the rain rune word, I decided to go and take the runes, basically take my Mal rune back, and with the rune that I had from Nightmare Hellforge, I crafted myself a dilemma, which is a new rune word in BTDiablo, and it provides 1 point to teleport. And with this new rune word, I teleported through Act 5 and finished it very quickly, just spending time only on the main quests. The Dilemma rune word has both drain life and minus life after each kill, so I killed myself the moment I decided to fight some mobs with the Dilemma rune word. The final really challenging piece for my playthrough was the Hell Ancients. As usual, I covered the floor with potions and tried to find a good combination of auras for my character. I did this on stream, so you can hear me speaking in the background. I was able to fight the Ancients, to kill the Ancients from the first time, which was a nice achievement for my build, and I was ready to face the Worldstone chamber. Nice. In the throne room I found the first endgame piece of gear, and it was not even for my character. I found the Oculus, the unique swirling crystal for sorceresses. So that's the only piece of endgame gear that I found with the magic find I had for my run. And this is how I got to my final fight for the Twister Druid playthrough with Bale. Let's see if I will die, because I removed all my resists for magic find. And it is done. And the drops were nothing too interesting. So this is my druid subscribe that is level 80 and has just beaten the game. So my stats are enough strength and the rest in vitality. I have pretty decent resists for BTDiablo. My skills are 20 points into Twister, 20 points into Tornado, 20 points into Hurricane, a few points in Cyclone Armor, 20 points into the Bear, and 1 point Wonders. The gear, Maelstrom for weapon, as it is on par with the Spirit in BTDiablo for faster cast rate. It has just a little less mana, but has 40 light res. Mage Fist for FCR, Tarnhelm with Aral rune for MF, Gold Find cannot be frozen, and 1 skill. I put the Dilemma for the Bale kill. I've been using Stealth for most of my run for the FCR and the faster run walk. My boots don't have faster run walk, but they are pretty nice boots. Crafted caster belt, resists on the rings, faster cast rate on the belt, resists on the shield as well. I have a Dilemma which helped me really with Act 5. So this is my Twister Druid. So my mercenary gear. He has the new Bone Snap that is up to a War Club. Now in BTDiablo it always spawns Ethereal, and in BTDiablo the Act 5 Barbarian can use axes and hammers as well, so that's why he's wielding a War Club. Iron Pelt, I put this on for the Defiance Aura, another buffed item in BTDiablo. Demonhorn's Edge, and the other gear is nothing too interesting. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you would like the video and leave me a comment below to help the channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.